honestly, it's without my clinic, I wouldn't be a good teacher, and without teaching, I don't think I'd be a good clinician. And I think the two go hand in hand. And so I love teaching people just as much as I love my clinic hours. Just this past weekend, I was teaching in Pittsburgh, and I had a couple students in class who were a little overwhelmed by the material. And I think they were overwhelmed more from the perspective of have we been talking about manual therapy with our clients in a way that may have been false, and a little, I think, intimidated in how much information is out there that is hard to digest and integrate when it comes to communicating with our clients in a way that is honest, clear, and research informed. And I think that's the hardest part. Clear communication is easy, but to make that communication evidence-based or evidence-informed, knowing that the manual therapy profession in general lacks evidence-informed research. There is some. It's not to say it doesn't exist, but definitely down the totem pole when it comes to research. And so I think they were a little overwhelmed, and we spent a good 20 minutes in class. We paused class and we took a good 20 minutes to bring back a sense of motivation and excitement about learning, and about what updates to our profession should be doing to our personal selves as therapists, and to what it should be giving to the general population as we treat them.
Would you unpack for me exactly how you define the difference between evidence-based and evidence-informed?
That's a great one. And I've done a podcast on this with Sam Jarman, and we talked quite a bit about this in detail. And I just did a podcast with Paul Ingram, which some of you may be familiar with, painscience.com, and it's not published yet. It'll be out in February or March. And we talk about this. And essentially, evidence-based is research says X, therefore you do X. Point final, that's it. That's all you do, right? Evidence-informed is research says X, but the person in front of you may not be responsive to X. So essentially, think of research as an idea to answer a very specific question. And when they take a study of a group of individuals, essentially they're getting all these different data points. And the data points may be far over here, far over there, and everywhere in between. And then they take the average of all those data points, and that average answers a very specific question.